Welcome back. Donald Trump claiming a huge victory on Super Tuesday last night. The GOP frontrunner won 7 states, extending his leads over Senators Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio. Trump now getting support from some early doubters who said he has no business becoming the next president of the United States, including one of my next guests. I want to bring in GOPAC chairman David Avella and BGC Partners senior strategist Steve Cortes. Steve, you were once a Donald Trump doubter, and now you're a supporter. What happened?
Yeah, Maria, I'm here with the zeal of a convert. And I spoke at times on your show vehemently against Donald Trump. And listen, I still have some reservations, and particularly as a Hispanic conservative, there are some things that I don't like about Trump's message, but he has absolutely won me over, and I'll tell you why. First of all, I think the sentiment out there, it's palpable. The crowds that are showing up at his rallies, the turnout for the election, there is something going on in this country that is meaningful and material, and I think there's an energy that is significant. He is growing the party, growing the base. I think that's important. But I'll tell you this even more significantly. I was made a conservative as a kid by Ronald Reagan, and I see a lot of the same kind of unfolding sentiment now as we saw in 1980. And sadly, since Ronald Reagan, I have to say, conservatives, we have been getting our heads handed to us. We haven't won anything, really, for the last 25 years. Government just continues to grow. We have slow growth in terms of the economy. So all of that tells me that we need not just to nudge Washington, we need to blow Washington up. Yeah. And I think that Donald Trump is the person to do that.
That's what's behind this euphoria over Trump, David, right?
Yeah, there's a growing case to be made, given last night that Trump got more delegates than all the other candidates combined, that even a one-on-one race, which everybody is claiming they need to have to get the nomination, even that may not be enough to stop Donald Trump. And look, to his credit, look, you don't run a casino company, you don't run a media company and not learn what's on people's minds and what how you market to people. And he's using that to his advantage. He is speaking a language to Americans that they very much want to hear and are buying into their message, and that's why you see his success.
You know, one of the things that worries me, guys, is how the Republican establishment is using this incredibly over-the-top anti-Trump rhetoric. For example, when Paul Ryan says he's not fit to serve office and so on. And I wonder if both of you think that this party can unite around this. I call this a political black swan event. You know, something we've never seen before involved. Not necessarily a bad thing, but just something that we never thought was possible. Do you guys see the party unifying? And Steve, you made a really good point. One of the attractive things as a Republican I find about Trump is he is bringing in all these people to the party that have probably not voted in 10 or 20 years. Right. And they're, what do you think about that?
Right. No, and Steve, listen, I think you make a great point about broadening the party, but also this is important. I like Paul Ryan, not such a big fan of Mitch McConnell. What have they done for us? They control Capitol Hill, and what have they done for conservatives? What can we say? What can we point to and say, we won here. Government shrank here. All I see is government getting ever bigger, more wars, higher taxation, higher regulation. This is not the freedom agenda that I think conservatives want, and certainly it's not what the middle class wants right now. Their income has not grown in 15 years, and they're angry, and they should be.
Yeah, they should be.
I just want to point out bigger government. Trump wants to build our military and spend money on our military. And I've said this before, but his tax plan, in it, he codifies that more than half of American households will not have to pay any income tax. And I don't know how, you said bad idea. Yeah. I don't know how you say that, because that means that half of America pays not one red cent to fund the military.
Well, they certainly still pay their fair share of taxes in other ways that we pay taxes.
Payroll, sure. But that's a benefit to them.
Look, all that's going to get worked out, right? That's why we have this presidential campaign, and then governing is another aspect. Look, rough and tumble doesn't have to be a bad thing. A rough and tumble primary didn't hurt Barack Obama. But here is what is outrageous to me, and we just heard Leon Panetta talk about it. We now have an attack by the Democrats that now some Republicans are using about how Donald Trump is divisive. We have had 7 years of divisiveness. And for Democrats who talk about
it's amazing to
us versus
that's what
them.
I said. That's what I said to Leon Panetta when I spoke with him. We're going to run the entire interview tomorrow. I said, wait a minute, Trump is more divisive than Barack Obama?
That's exactly right.
I couldn't believe it, but he said yes.
Wow. good talking point for them, right?
Yeah.
And are Republicans going to rally around Donald Trump if he's the nominee? Absolutely. But you know what's equally important? There are more Bernie Sanders populists who are going to vote for Donald Trump than dissatisfied Republicans are going to vote for Hillary Clinton.
Yeah,
that's his ticket for victory, right?
Yeah,
is getting some of those Democrat voters.
All right, we will leave it there. David Avella, always nice to see you.
Nice
Steve
to see you.
Cortes, we'll see you soon back on set, I hope.